I did release some videos in the past about the map is not the territory, if you want to go have a look at those videos. But I want to revisit this understanding, especially when we're talking about the brain and the mind. So a map is just a representation of the territory of a city, of a country, of a certain location. We use maps, but the map is not the territory. It's the same thing with the brain and the mind. The brain is like a map, it's a representation of the territory of mind, but it is not mind. Mind is more experiential. It's more you. All of your experiences, all of your memories, what it is like to be you, that is the territory, that is mind, which is then represented as a brain and nervous system. A dissociation has taken place in the larger stream of mind, which is now representing itself as you, and this representation, this you, has to be represented as a brain and nervous system into physical reality. So if you were to put your brain under one of those brain scanners that shows certain regions of your brain that light up when you think of something or when you're having an experience, that lighting up of certain parts of your brain is simply a representation of what you are thinking about in mind. So if you are thinking about a certain experience in the past, then a certain part of your brain will light up to represent what you're thinking about, right? It's like if you were to take your entire life story and put it into a book, you would have to use words which are symbolic representation, which are maps, to represent your life story. But your life story as you know it, really as you have experienced it, really cannot be put into words if you think about it. Those rich experiences, how do you put that into words? So all you can do is represent that experience that you have, those memories that you have. So a representation of yourself in a book is not the same thing as you, as your first-hand, first-person experience. If you're reading an autobiography of someone, that is just a representation of the lifetime of someone, but it doesn't encompass the entire life experience of that individual. And this ties in nicely with memories. Throughout our lives, we're making memories. We have ordinary memories that we, can remember from time to time. There are also core memories, memories that shape us and make us who we are. Where are these memories stored? You might think it's stored in the brain. But what if it's not really stored in the brain? The brain is just a representation of all the memories, all the experiences that you've had in life. So let's say you have memories of something that you have accomplished in the past through a lot of hard work. It may be possible for you to now easily accomplish that same task right now, because you have those memories, you have those experiences. Those experiences have essentially shaped you, have evolved and grown your mind. And these memories that you have, these are possibly being represented by certain neurochemicals in your brain that light up when you think about these memories, when you go back and revisit the past in your mind. So is it possible that memories are never really stored in the brain. They are, I don't want to say stored in mind, but they are first-hand experiences that become you. You become your experiences. And that becoming of your experiences is stored as representations in your brain. It's like you draw a map of a certain location, right? That map represents the territory. But if you were to tear out a certain portion of that map and destroy that portion that you've torn out, you will now not be able to get a representation of that territory that you have destroyed, that was part of the map. You would have to redraw the map to access that territory. It's the same thing with mind and the brain. If your brain is representing a certain portion of your mind and you were to damage or destroy that part of your brain, then you will lose access to that territory of mind that was being represented by that section of your brain that you damaged or lost. This explains why people who have severe brain damage lose access to certain memories. It's not because those memories were only stored in the brain. The brain was simply a representation of the territory of mind that experienced those memories, experienced that part of the past. And you are now not able to access it because that part of the brain that was giving you a representation of the territory was damaged or destroyed. Another term that I want to bring into this episode is called morphic resonance. It's a term coined by Rupert Sheldrake. And it's essentially a field of memory that is accessible by all species of animals. So human beings have their own morphic resonance field of memory. Bats have their own morphic resonance field of memory. Cats, dogs, whales, monkeys. Each of these species have their morphic resonance field of memory that are easily accessible by members of their species. So, for example, if there are animals that are able to achieve a certain task through a lot of struggle and strive, those memories are now accessible by animals in other parts of the world, such that they can achieve those same tasks more easily. And even though Rupert Sheldrake has coined the term morphic resonance field, which is like a field of memory, we can just tie it into mind. It's all mind. That's the way memories are stored. So is it also possible that when you leave this world, when your life comes to an end, those memories are never lost? You as mind are simply dispersed back into the largest stream of consciousness. You are a wave that arose from the ocean of mind. You experienced a lifetime. You made memories, experiences. That wave disperses back into the ocean and is now part of the ocean. All of your memories, all of your experiences now become part of the ocean of mind.
Morphic resonance is a connection across time from the past to the present. And it's a process that occurs between organized patterns of activity on the basis of similarity. What it means, in effect, is that each species has a kind of collective memory. So every giraffe tunes in by morphic resonance to the form and to the behavior of previous giraffes. And there's already evidence that this actually happens from studies of rats in laboratories. When lots of rats have learned something, other rats all around the world find it easier to learn. And this doesn't depend on any normal kind of connection between the different rats or the places. It happens because